Now, Wesley, you just returned from a mission trip to Nashville, Tennessee last week. Tell me, how did your family get involved with that? I mean, how did that get started? Where did that come about?
Well, we've been going here for a long time, and we've seen and heard where everybody's talked about going on them, and we were called to go. It was the very first one, so we knew we wanted to start out one close to home and not out of country. So when the Nashville trip come up, we prayed about it and talked to my daughter and my wife, Deidre, and we decided to go.
Cool. Now, how's your daughter? Just
She's 11.
11 years old.
Yes.
All right, cool. I have a 12-year-old. Be careful, man.
That's right.
There's a crazy switch that flips. No, I'm playing. Don't tell. I didn't say that. Is that recorded? Oh, no. So anyway, so while you were there, what did God say to you while you're there? What did he reveal to you about himself?
Wow, I mean, it's hard to start. He revealed himself in so many ways to us. A couple of things that stood out. While we were there, we had a last-minute schedule change, and we actually went to a refugee center in Nashville. And basically, this facility accepts people legally that have fled their country while they were being persecuted overseas, and they fled and they come to the United States. These people, basically what they do is they bring these people in. They have an English program. They try to teach them English, teach them job skills, and try to provide them an opportunity to move on in the United States. And those people that staff that are just amazing. I mean, they have engineering backgrounds, and instead of going out in industry, they've chosen to help these people, and it was really, really amazing. And then I also want to say the people here. I left knowing some faces and a few names, and I come back with 31 great friends, and the people of this church are amazing. I watched God work through our children and each other's in some uncomfortable situations that was just really, really amazing.
That's awesome. Well, let me ask you this. What would you say to, because I mean, hey, you and I were ordinary guys. There's nothing special about us. I don't think you're probably more special than me. But I mean, we're talking to a room full of just ordinary people. What would you say to them about maybe thinking about a mission trip for this coming year?
Yeah, I would say just go. It's challenging. We had some last-minute scheduling conflicts, but we committed to going, and we went. I promise you, you'll be put in uncomfortable situations. But I know for me, in those uncomfortable conditions and situations, I felt like I was closer to God than ever, and I assure you He'll work in you.
Cool, cool. Thank you, Wesley. I appreciate you going, man. Appreciate you coming up and sharing with us today. Hey, like I said, we're a room full of ordinary people that serve an extraordinary God. So man, we get in the game, there's no telling what he can do through us. Well, listen, at this point of the service, we're going to take up our offering. The way we do that is if you're on the left end of your row, there's a basket underneath your seat. If you would just take that out and hang on to it for a second, I'm going to ask a word of prayer. And then at the conclusion of that prayer, simply pass the basket down to the other end of your row, and then our